Hey folks, Max from Abstract Automation here. So today we're going to talk about what I would consider one of the lesser known apps inside of Zoho One, and that is Zoho Survey. Zoho Survey is an online survey and builder and collection tool that anybody can use. It's very easy to create a survey, send it to a contact, and receive those survey results. It also integrates very easily with Zoho CRM, so you can do all the sending and receiving of your surveys right from Zoho CRM. Now, in this case, what we're going to do is create a survey where we want to pre-qualify a potential customer. So in my case, I do work with Zoho and I sell Zoho software, and so I want to know if somebody comes to me interested in Zoho, I will send them this pre-qualification survey to find out a little more about what their company does, what their needs are, and so forth. And then this way, when I walk into that first call with that new potential client, I know a little bit more than just going in cold. All right, so if we go into Zoho Survey, I've gone ahead and created multiple surveys in my Zoho Survey instance. Let's just take a look at the survey that we'll be working with today. So it's called a Zoho CRM pre-qualification survey. And if we click on that survey, we can see how many times that survey has been sent out, how many responses we've received. And that's one of the advantages of Zoho Survey versus, say, just a regular web form like Zoho Forms. You'll be able to roll up the results of the surveys. You'll also be able to use a scoring system so that you can add certain weight to the answers on certain questions, and then that way when you receive the results back into the CRM, you can actually rank or sort your leads or prospects by those survey results score. So that's also a nice feature. Let's just take a preview of what the survey looks like that I put together. So we have some contact information, first name, last name, email, and so forth. What Zoho apps are they interested in? Okay, so you can see that we have different kinds of question formats. You know, we have a multiple select checkbox list. We have a single select type of list here that you're seeing. We have sort of an other please specify type of thing that we can do. And the survey is paginated, meaning that we can sort of break up the survey into smaller sections, like, and then click our next button and go to the next. We have some required fields here, you know, so it's making me fill in this information. So that's just a little preview. Once the survey is created, and then we can take a look at the designer here real quick. It's very similar to any kind of field layout designer, where here is your survey in the middle. Down the left-hand side are all the different types of question formats that you can drag and drop onto the survey. It's very easy. So like if you wanted, say, a drop-down question, you just drag it over here. You type the question itself here, like what's your favorite color, right? And then your answers are one per line here. So we can say red, blue, yellow, whatever, right? And that becomes your survey question. So it's very easy to add questions and modify the survey. And as soon as you make these changes to the survey, those questions are instantly live in the published survey. All right. So now how does this tie into Zoho CRM? Well, a few things here. So number one, if we go to our Zoho CRM, you would have to first go to the marketplace area and make sure that the Zoho Survey connector is installed inside of Zoho CRM. So if we were to go to the integrations under Zoho, you would look here for Zoho Survey, and if it says manage, that means it's already been installed. Otherwise, it would say, I think, set up now or install. You just click that button. There's really no further configuration. It's very easy to do. And then once you do that, when you return to, say, your contacts or accounts or leads, you will see under a contact, let me just get this out of the way. So if we go to a test contact that I have in the system here, if you go to a contact, you will see that there is a Zoho Survey section here. So in this Zoho survey section, you will see a record of which surveys have been sent to this contact, whether or not the contact took the survey or not. And if they did take the survey, you'll be able to view their response right here by clicking View Response. It will pop up the answers and the results of what that person filled out when they took the survey. You can also map answers from the survey directly to fields on the contact or the account in Zoho CRM. So in other words, let's say I have a field in my CRM called "What CRM are you currently using?" and they take the survey and they selected Goldmine or ACT on that survey question. Well, that little piece of information I can map and put directly into a field on the CRM record. And so now I'll have that piece of information in my CRM database, not just embedded in some survey result. All right, so let's talk about now getting the survey to the contact. So every survey that you create will have a launch URL. And so just getting that URL to somebody will allow them to take the survey. But if you're using Zoho CRM, your best way of delivering a survey is going to be by creating an email template that has an embedded survey button. So if we take a look at an email template that I've created for this purpose, here we have a little bit of an introduction text, hello, first name, thank you for your interest in Zoho. I put together this survey for you, please complete it, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a button here. Now, when you add the button to your email, instead of the link type being a web URL, there's a specific kind of link type in the dropdown called Zoho Survey. And once you pick that option, you will see a drop-down list of all the surveys in your Zoho Survey. You would select the survey, click Save, and then your button is ready to go. There are some more sophisticated things you can do there if you want to pre-populate some of the survey answers with the data that is on that contact record. So for instance, in this survey, we've made it so that when the user clicks the button to take the survey, it pre-populates the survey with the contact's name and company name and email, because we already have that information in our CRM. We're not requiring the person taking the survey to retype that information. So let me show you what this looks like from the recipient's end. Okay, so first, we're on a contact here. We've also tied a workflow rule to this. So instead of just clicking send email and picking the template, we've streamlined this a little bit so I can be on this customer, and we have a checkbox field here called send Zoho pre-qual survey. All somebody has to do is check that box on a contact. That will automatically trigger a workflow. They will get this email template with the survey link, and it's all ready to go. So flipping over here to another browser, this is the contact we were just on's inbox, okay? And this is what the email looks like when it comes into their inbox. So very clean. They click start the survey. It pre-populates some of the answers like I discussed earlier, and they go ahead and they take the survey and submit it. We can set up alert emails so that when somebody takes the survey, they get an email confirmation with the answers that they filled in, so they'll have that for their own records. We will also get a notification internally here that so-and-so took the survey, and we can attach the results of the survey right on that email as a PDF or put the content in line inside of the email itself. So Zoho Survey is just a great tool. Everything from collecting information for pre-qualification to customer satisfaction survey, maybe sending out a survey for a potential hire. There's all kinds of use cases for Zoho Survey. I did mention earlier about the scoring system, so let me just touch on that real quick. So here is our survey, and if we go to our editor here, settings, let me see where that is. I have to remember where it is. So if we go to our editor here, under advanced options, there's a scoring section. And here, what we're seeing is every question that is either a multiple choice select question or a pick list question, we are giving certain scores to the answers, right? So if they were to select Zoho CRM, they'd have a score of 5. If they were to select the first 3 items, because it's a multiple pick field, their score would be 7. And the score accumulates over all of the questions and answers, and that score value can be mapped to a field in the CRM, which of course then you can use for sorting and filtering and ranking and triggering, okay? So a very powerful feature that you would not see with something like Zoho Forms. By the way, the surveys look really good on mobile devices, iPhone, Android phones. They look great. They are a good, clean user experience. So when you send somebody the survey, they get the email on their phone, they click the button on their phone, they take it right there, and it's super easy for them to do. All right. Hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great day.